Latta for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Ms. Dorsey, thanks very much for being here with us today. I'd like to ask my first question on how you're protecting that users' data. Do you collect any data from other third parties about Twitter users?
We don't collect data from third parties about Twitter folks. We do have embeds of tweets around the web, and when people do go visit those sites, we note that, and we can integrate it when they do log into Twitter, but people can turn that off as well.
Let me just, now, how does Twitter use that data?
We use the data to personalize the experience, specifically around, it might infer a particular interest so that we can show them specific topics or make our advertising targeting better.
Okay. Is that sold or offered in some other form then to the advertisers?
I'm
Is
sorry?
it sold to the advertisers?
Is it sold to the advertiser? No.
Okay. Let me back up to where Mr. Shimkus was when we were talking about the verification of the blue check mark. How easy is it for someone to obtain a verified Twitter handle, and what does Twitter take to ensure it is not highlighting one political viewpoint over another through the use of that verification on the platform?
Well, right now it's extremely challenging because we've paused the verification program because we found so many faults in it that we knew we needed a restart. We do make exceptions for any representatives of government, particular brands or public figures of interest, but we generally have paused that work. Before that pause, we did allow anyone to submit an application to be verified, and it used various criteria in order to determine if the verification was necessary.
Okay, with that verification, where that has said, you all have said that can be removed for the activity on the on-off platform. What off-platform is the basis for someone losing that blue verified check mark?
We look at specifically any violent extremist groups and off-platform behavior for violent extremist groups when we consider not just verification, but also holding an account in the first place.
Okay. In your statement, you said in the last year, Twitter developed and launched more than 30 policy and product changes designed to foster information integrity and protect the people who use our service from abuse and malicious automation. Can you share with the committee what those 30-plus policy and product changes are, or highlight some and then give us the others in written?
And we can certainly follow up with all of you on exactly the details, but we established new models, for instance, to detect where people are gaming our systems. These are algorithms with an intent to artificially amplify. We have new reporting flows that enable people to report tweets or accounts. We have changed policies reflective of current circumstances and what we're seeing. And we have certainly done a bunch of work around GDPR, which has affected our work in general. But we will follow up with you with an enumeration.
If we can get those 30 points, that'd be great, and submit those to committee. You also indicated in your written statement that the company conducted an internal analysis of members of Congress affected by the auto-suggest search issue, and that you'd make that information available to committee if requested. Will you commit to us on the committee that you will present all Twitter's analysis as soon as that is possible after this hearing?
Yes, and we also hope to include this in our long-standing initiative of a transparency report around our actions.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, my time has expired.
Thank the gentleman from Ohio. Chair